Good blessed Saturday morning, March the 6th, 2021. It's about 10:33 a.m. in the morning. To me, it's a good day. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace, and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you are the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't even matter whether you like me nor my YouTube channel. I encourage all human beings, whether you like me or not, all around the world, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Raymond, Raymond, Ivy. It doesn't cost you anything materialistic or financially. All it costs you is your undivided attention. You can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. You can stay silent. You can criticize or you can compliment me. Neither would stop me from uploading my YouTubes. But I come today, y'all, to tell you a silent mouth, a closed mouth that is, it can't be fed. So if you say you're hungry and you keeping your mouth closed, you can't be fed. If you got complaints or you got issues that you want to address to the proper authorities or to somebody else, a closed mouth, you see what I'm saying, or a silent voice can't be and won't be heard unless you're doing sign language because of the fact that you are deaf. You know, about a week or so ago, I was making a video out here. First, let me show y'all nature. I cleaned out my little bird bath. It ain't the newest of bird bath, but the purpose of it is to, have something to drink for the birds and the squirrels. Although these leaves here, brother got an old school, he got a bike with a motor on it. But anyway, I decided to get my leaves and things up. I might as well say they mine because they're in my yard, even though my trees hadn't dropped leaves in a while. Then I decided to get the rest of them that blow from up in this tree, which is, you see, nature hadn't did all of its work. For some reason, God allowed these here the dead leaves to stay on the trees. But I piled them up, got them out of the bushes. And on this side here, even though these bushes separates my house from the housing authority, this morning I got up and got the rest of them out. I'm going to let some of them dry out. I'm not going to leave them there for the housing authority to pick them up. But I cleaned them up for a reason, because I try to show by example. And y'all remember I was telling y'all when I was making a video about a week or so ago about the water that was coming up. It was like as if it was a pipe or something that was busted. And this area right here was flooded. I'm gonna go all the way down to this area because these flowers here, I believe it was in 2011, maybe 2012, a young black female was murdered right here by her. I think she had a child or so from an individual, and they was dating. But I know the family, both of them, her mother and her dad, both of their families I know. And the people that was cutting the grass, they used to destroy these flowers. So I asked the mother and the dad of this young lady, may she rest in peace, who was murdered right here on the other side of my bushes. I asked them, can me and my daughters put some more flowers up? And they said that we could. Today I came and got all the debris, and it's a few more leaves around there, but I'm going to clean it. But I try to keep this area clean. And then the people that cuts for the housing authority, I asked them not to run over it and try to respect that particular spot. But if you notice right here, the flood is gone. after talking to, I told you I talked to one of the brothers that's high ranking in the housing authority, and he said he'll get to it. Yesterday he had 3 young brothers, young, respectful brothers from the housing authority. They came and they found the problem and they fixed it. You see, had I not opened my mouth, even though I don't live in the projects, I live in this neighborhood. And when you live in a neighborhood, people will stereotype your neighborhood, especially when you're living in an all-black neighborhood where they have projects and things. They'll call your neighborhood the hood. On my side of town here in Charleston, Missouri, the west side of town, and it's a lot of different sides of the west side of town and different projects in the area. They give them names. You see what I'm saying? They call this area the hood. They call another area in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, they call it the back projects. They call another one the Ville. To each his own. Anywhere that me and my daughters and them live, whatever the name of the street, this street here happened to be Vine Street. With my P.O. box and my mail go to my P.O. box, it'll have my P.O. box plus my address. It don't have P.O. box such and such, Hood Street. It have Vine Street. That's Vine. You see what I'm saying? It's not hood. It's not HOOD. But to each his own. But another thing that I was going to tell people, your neighborhood would be what you actually make it. It don't matter where you live at. It doesn't matter how old or new your house is. It doesn't matter how old or new your vehicles are. It don't make no difference how old or new your clothes are. You make it what it's going to be. You see, some people may have a brand new bird bath, but I don't care how new it is. Mine is old. It had a crystal on there, but some years back, some youngsters broke it while I was out of town. I didn't have my cameras at the time, but one of my neighbors told me who done it, and I confronted him and told him, I didn't request him. I didn't ask him. I told him, don't do it no more. Don't come destroying nothing in here anymore. You see what I'm saying? And they haven't. And they grown adults now. But just because this is old, you see what I'm saying? You may have a newer water hose than me, but just because you got a newer bird bath and a newer water hose than me, it serves the same purpose. You ain't gonna bring out no better water than mine is bringing out. You see what I'm saying? Just like they'll drink out of this, they'll drink out of yours. It's no difference. You see what I'm saying? And my purpose for that is, a lot of people is ashamed because their house is not a $200,000 house. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people is ashamed because their car is not a 2021. I have a 2003 Ford Crown Victoria, and it never stopped on the highway. I got a 2006 Chevy Suburban. It never stopped on the highway. Any place that I went, it took me where I wanted to go. It was comfortable. You see what I'm saying? The heat worked, the air conditioning works. You see what I'm saying? The windows, motors, they go up and down. And I done passed a lot of vehicles much newer than these here, look much better than these here. But guess what? They hood was up. And I prayed for them. Another thing I want to tell y'all, a lot of people try to tell you how to raise your children. You see what I'm saying? I take advice from a lot of people. I call some of my nieces and some of my cousins, my second oldest sister, and I ask other females that I, know that are respectable females. I ask them sometime, is these clothes too tight on my daughters? Because I'm a man. You see what I'm saying? Should I let them do this or do that? And I take their advice on that. But I'm going to tell you one thing about mine. You know, I was just like my mama. It was 9 of us. It wasn't no stand. All right, now. It wasn't no stand or someplace else. See, my daughter and them, I let them stay over somebody's house one time. And my daughters and them, how you doing now? My daughters and them gave me a report. And these were supposed to be Christian peoples. But my daughter and them gave me a report and took pictures of some of the things that they was letting these little girls do. You see what I'm saying? That I stopped that. I let them go to one house party when they was about maybe, I think, 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, down the street from me. It was in the project. And ain't nothing wrong with the projects. I grew up in the project. Matter of fact, when I was living down here after my grandmother died in 1997, may she rest in peace. And I always love her because she treated me, even though she was my dad's and them stepmother, she treated me just like I was her biological grandson. Treated me better than some of my own family did down here, but that's another story. But you see, one thing about it, I laid there and let them stay over there, and they showed me what they did, and I said, that won't happen no more. But when I let them go to this house party, and some just told me to walk down there. Now, this was a house party for little children, you know, they age. And I get down there, adults walking around, men. You see what I'm saying? With their pants sagging down, weed all in the place. And I didn't even tell the female what I was doing. As she seen us walking out the door, she said, it ain't started yet. I said, don't worry about it. I said to myself, it won't start with them. You see what I'm saying? So now, with this day and age now, you know, I don't let my daughters and them go. If it's some place where it's family, and it can't be all family, because some family live different. I know some family don't care how, you know, I raise my daughters. You see what I'm saying? If I said don't let my daughters and them smoke weed or don't let my daughters and them drink, some family won't even respect that. You see what I'm saying? So I know not to let them go with that particular family because I love that family and I don't want to be falling out with them when my daughters and them come back home smelling like weed. Or my daughters and them come back home intoxicated. Or my daughters and them 3-4 months from now come up pregnant. Somebody hear me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't feel bad. You see what I'm saying? When people say, oh, man, you are too overprotective. But I'm so overprotective, my daughters and them never been harmed. You see what I'm saying? Under my watch. Now, when I used to let them go to the schools down here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, one of the most racist, one of the most prejudiced places that I ever been in my lifetime. You see what I'm saying? With all these sellout blacks and white supremacists running just about everything down here, they was harmed in under their watch. You see what I'm saying? They was harmed under the watch of this organization they call Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center, ran by all whites. You see what I'm saying? Program puppet blacks. You see what I'm saying? After they done use them so much, then they get rid of them and then get another set of blacks. Somebody know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? When they was up under their watch, when they came in my house in May of 2008 and took my children out. You see what I'm saying? When I got my children back 70 days later in Cabrini Green, living in the streets with their mother, may she rest in peace, who they shouldn't have been with. They was up under my care, but they put guns on me and took them out. Let me tell you this, they was harmed. My poor little daughter that was misused and abused by a white bus driver in the Charleston R1 school district in 2012 when she was 5 years old. When she was 1 going on 2 years old, she was abused by the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, the Sheriff's Department here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. You see what I'm saying? These black organizations, these NAACP sellout Negroes. Yeah, that's what I call them. And some people think I'm angry. I'm not angry. I just want to remind y'all, even though I forgive y'all, I ain't forgot. Just like slavery, I ain't gonna even say slavery. Y'all want us to forget slavery. But let me tell you, when this NAACP sellout Negro that used to be the president a couple of years ago down here in Charleston, Missouri, when he put charges on me, for just videoing him for telling children in the streets right here in my neighborhood where I try to keep it clean and peaceful while he living over there in the white neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So when he moved over there, one white moved. Now you see for sale signs all over the place. They don't want to be around that Negro. If he misuse his own people, they know what he'll do to us. But let me tell you, when they charge me, you see what I'm saying? Harassment and stalking. How in the hell can I stalk? Excuse my language if y'all think that's cussing. But how in the hell can I be stalking a Negro right down the street from my house when he live way on the other end, on the other side of town? I live on the southwest side, and this Negro live on the north, you see what I'm saying? East side, where it's 99.99% white. You see what I'm saying? With the exception of sellout house Negro, and all of them ain't sellout house Negro. But when they charge me with this here, you see what I'm saying? They put an outstanding warrant for me. But look at this here. They brought up when I was locked up in 1976, some 40-something years ago. Ain't that something? But they don't want us to talk about slavery. They don't want me to continue to let y'all know how these sellout Negroes down here is working hand in hand with these Ku Klux Klan white supremacists that's running everything. But you know what? Just like that water running, when I stop being an activist on the face of this earth, the water gonna stop running wherever I'm at, because God gonna be done call me home. And if anybody, I don't care if you my family, friends, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? If you some of my children's, which I doubt my children's, you see what I'm saying, would object with what I'm doing. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if it give you chest pain. If it give you chest pain, I'll tell you two things you can do. Go to your doctor or stop watching my damn YouTube videos. Peace be still.